This is the Hydragun Massage Gun. This is a massage gun that I technically didn't buy. I purchased Hydragun's HeatPod Sauna Blanket that I did a review of that blanket as well as a couple other blankets that I compared them to determine which one was best. When I bought the Hydragun HeatPod Sauna Blanket, I got this massage gun free with it. So this is sort of a bonus review from that purchase, but a device that seems to be like a pretty good massage gun in its own right. So in today's video, I am going to talk about what comes with the massage gun. I'm going to talk about the specifications and features of it. I'll show myself using it, and then at the end, I'll say what I like and what I didn't like. So to start, let's take a look at the device itself since I have it in my hands here. So this device looks like a pretty standard massage gun. It has some unique shapes on it, particularly the handle. So the handle is sort of like this guitar pick shape. So it's not quite a full triangle. It's not quite round. It's sort of like this water drop, teardrop shape. So it comes to a point here. It's rounded in the back. It's very naturally sort of the way your hand would fit when you want to hold it. So that's unique to it. I think it's unique because it's got both sort of a boxy and cylindrical shape on the top of it. So we've got the Hydragun branding on both sides. You have sort of this metallic red circle on the back. You have really one button in the middle here. When you press this on, it's going to turn your power on as well as your speeds. The bottom of it, you have a charging port, and then there's the front part of it here is just where your attachment head goes. Now, this comes with a lot of different things out of the box. Everything does come in this carrying case. You've got the Hydragun branding on it on the front. It's sort of this raised rubber branding on it. The case of it is a unique looking case. It almost looks like the material of a lot of the different compression boot brands. It's sort of this hexagonal shape, sort of like a honeycomb shape. You have a fabric handle with a rubber grip, and then you have two zippers that go around the outside of the case. It's a firm case, so it's definitely going to protect the massage gun as well as everything else that comes with it. Everything else that comes with it does have its own place in the case. So you see a bunch of attachment heads, the charging cable. So I will go through those attachment heads now. So it does come with 7 different attachments. It comes with a firm foam ball, which I have in the device here. It also comes with a hard flathead attachment that has a metal top to it. It also comes with a rounded metal attachment that is also firm, so just a little bit of a different shape, sort of like a mushroom or a dome. Then you have a more traditional sort of dome attachment. This is again covered in metal. It is hard. Then you have a fork attachment here. And then lastly, a pretty unique looking attachment. It's sort of this curved, sort of half C looking with a bunch of little nodules on it. So sort of like the shape of your wrist here. So couple different attachments. In order to change the attachments, you just pull and give them a gentle twist and then press the other attachment in. The thing that's a little bit odd about this one, as well as the fork, because there's nothing that sort of locks it in place, you do have to be cautious that this doesn't spin while you are using it. So one little caveat with that, with the fact that these attachments don't lock in any way when you're dealing with these two. And then actually one other attachment I forgot here is the bullet head attachment, which is a hard plastic attachment as well. With these attachments, you do get this little plastic bag that has some extra gaskets and O-rings. Those are on the base of these attachments. If those were to break, you just get an extra one. Of about the 150 or so massage guns I've reviewed, I've never had one of those O-rings or gaskets break, but a lot of companies include it, so it's a nice touch. And then you do have a charging cable, which is just sort of this normal wall outlet with the charging cable. It's not USB-A to USB-C or USB-C to USB-C. A little bit more traditional in terms of how this charges, but it does just easily plug into the bottom of the device and then plug into the wall. And then lastly, you do get a full color instruction manual, walks you through the device, walks you through which attachments to use where, teaches you a couple little routines, has some troubleshooting and warranty information. So that is a full color guide. It is very helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and put the ball attachment in here before I talk about some of the specifications and features of it. So I always like to start with the stall force and the stroke length. So the stall force on this is 40 pounds. The stroke length is 12 millimeters. That 12 millimeters is the distance that whatever attachment head you have in it is going to move away from the device. The stall force is how much force you can apply against the device before it actually stops. So at 40 pounds, that's pretty high. 12 millimeters is right in the middle of the pack of most massage guns. On the low end, you can get really on your mini massage guns, anything as low as about 6 millimeters. On your high-end full-size devices, I've only seen things that go up to 16 millimeters. That's the biggest I've seen. So in order to turn the device on, you just do press the one power button here. It will light up, and then you quick press it here. And you've got two little lines of light. So you've got a line of lights that goes here and a line of lights that goes across. The ones that go across are your speed indicators. The bottom portion here is going to be your battery life. And then the top lights will actually be a just little force meter that lights up. So this is a 6-speed device. In order to cycle through the speeds, you just depress that center button again. So this is the first speed. This is 200 percussions per minute. It is a very, very slow percussion. If you press this and go up to the next speed, you see it increases. So this is going to go all the way up to the 6 speed here. Just make sure that it's got that one so you can see that. The 6 speed here is going to be 3,200 percussions per minute. So it goes from 200 all the way up to 3,200. You hear it. It is a very quiet device. I want to show the stall force now. I've got it on the highest speed. I'm going to try to stall it out again. 40 pounds is what they say the stall force is. You see, it does stop when I push against it. It does take quite a bit of force to get it to stop, but it immediately starts back up. Now, when you're using this device, the stall force isn't really going to come into play unless you're really aggressively pushing on some of your larger muscle groups, your glutes, your quads, your hip flexors, or you're really pushing on somebody else. But you have to be really careful if you're pushing that hard to stall up, because you actually run a risk of injuring yourself. But at this speed, with this stall force, you're not going to stall it just like pushing it on your shoulders, pushing on your pecs, your biceps, your wrists, your hands. Really not going to have to worry about that stall force. You should just be floating over your tissues, kind of spending about 1 minute to 2 minutes in any one particular area. I really like using it on my shoulders. I like using massage guns on my lower back as well, sort of like this. But even like this, like I'm pushing pretty much as hard as I can at this angle, and you're not going to be able to stall it. So 40 pounds is a good stall force for this. It doesn't have any sort of Bluetooth compatibility. There's no app that you can control it with. There's no other ways you can connect it with your phone or anything like that. The battery life on this is rated at 6 hours. It is a 2600 milliamp battery. Now, that battery life is certainly going to depend on how much force you're applying against it, what speed you're using it on, how long you're using it in any one individual's period. But they do rate it at 6 hours. So that's a pretty long battery life. You shouldn't have to be recharging this super often. I think most massage guns, you're going to be using it somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes at a time. So quite a few uses before you have to fully recharge this device. It is quiet. You heard it when I was using it there. You can use it pretty easily. You're not going to distract anybody. I'll turn it on here again just so everybody can hear that. This is on its highest speed right now. So it is a relatively quiet device in terms of massage guns. I've heard some that are louder. I don't know if I've heard many that are quieter. So pretty impressive from that standpoint. But where massage guns are at this generation, almost all of them are around the same decibels as this. It's not a super loud device. You can use this really anywhere. The weight of this is a little bit heavier. It's 2.3 pounds. Most of the weight of it is sort of in this hinged part of it where it comes to the 90-degree center. We got this big box part on it. The handle, again, is a good handle feel, so it isn't like misbalanced or anything in your hand. You're going to be able to get good pressure. But again, it is a little bit heavier at that 2.3 pounds. The price of this is at $300. It does come with a 1.5-year warranty, which is great. Most devices cap out at a year. Having that extra 6 months is a nice bonus. If you're going to be using this and you're worried about it, they'll take care of it for up to 1.5 years. But overall, it is pretty much just a standard massage gun, but it does have some of those higher quality specifications and features with that stall force, with the stroke length. I'm pretty impressed with this for a device that really just came as a bonus with the purchase of my sauna blanket. I would consider purchasing this in its own right if you are looking for a massage gun. I think it is a fair price. It's comparable to some of the higher end brands such as Hydragun or Hyperice. You could probably find some cheaper Bob and Brad devices, which are also high quality if you're going to buy something off of Amazon. But this is certainly one that I wouldn't have any issue recommending. In terms of things that I like about it, I think this handle is really unique. I've not seen any other massage gun with a handle of this shape. I've seen ones that are fully triangle, but none that are sort of this teardrop or guitar pick shape. I think it fits really nicely in my hand. I do wish it was just slightly narrower. I think it could be a little bit big for some people. I like the number of attachments that it comes with, but I don't love that they're all hard attachments. I wish they did have some sort of softer foam attachments or just had some general foam on them, so they're not all that hard plastic or hard metal. I like how quiet it is. And the thing that I can't really decide is if I like this charger or not. I like it from the sense that it's a little bit different than a lot of the other devices which have just gone the route of just giving you a USB-C cable. I like that it comes with sort of the block functionality so you can just traditionally charge it. I think you're probably gonna get a faster charge because it is plugging directly into a power socket, but at the same time, it is a little bit bulkier compared to some of the newer model massage guns that do just give you that USB-C cable that you can just sort of use your cell phone block to charge with. So it's kind of a toss up there for me. But either way, that is just something I wanted to call out. But again, overall, it is a pretty solid option if you're considering a massage gun, and one that I certainly have no issues recommending. If you guys have questions about this, go ahead, drop in the comments down below. If you like this review, please consider giving it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel. Otherwise, that is the Hydragun Massage Gun. That's a review. Enjoy your recovery.